toe toucher, camel smuggler, radio co-star, grandma's poison, shampoo commercial. Welcome, you glistening bastard, to Cork Land. He sat up from his office desk, left his small yellow cubicle, and walked slowly towards the communal kitchen area. There was a nervous anticipation in his walk, as his left foot would shift slightly inwards on each step, like he was just about to buckle. He found his way into the kitchen, and approached the small half-fridge below the counter. He would take some of the assorted sandwiches, unwrap their cling film protection slightly, and assign them names based off of his co-workers. Today, the coronation chicken sandwich was called Tallulah, and he knew the name was right as he slid his left hand between the two slices and felt the sticky currents held inside. In his right hand he held Joanna, her crisp tuna crunch massaging his middle and forefinger, as if stroking a pumice stone. He'd make the sandwiches hug and kiss each other, slapping them together gently, making sure to look behind his shoulder occasionally in case a real co-worker were to interrupt him. Sometimes he'd take a bite, a little bit off Joanna's bottom, to see what she tasted like, before putting her back, dressing her up again in her modest cling film dress, and continuing with the day's work. They decided quite late into life to abandon the privilege they'd earned. They'd cut themselves from their wealthy families, taken most of their money out in cash, and had bought quite a nice apartment in a new city. In the mornings of each working day, they would leave their phones and wallets on the dresser table, put on their working shoes, and leave the apartment to be homeless. For the first week they had been cold and nervous, worried someone would catch them out, but soon they started to relax and enjoy the benefits of their chosen profession, the lack of social rules or responsibilities over loved ones. Their only worry was themselves, and that felt quite good. They kept hidden money in their travel bags, and if a passing pedestrian walked past with some pitying grimace, they'd follow them for a bit and plant a few big notes in their jacket pockets. They called it reverse begging. For fun, they'd rob small shops, clutching toy guns sprayed black, or get in fights with the real homeless to collect some bruises. On weekends, they'd stay in the park after dark and hide behind trees, shouting words at passing teenagers, like hand sniffer or fuck engine. Sometimes they'd wonder if they'd ever met another member of the social elite, also posing as a homeless, someone they'd previously had round for a porcelain dinner, but was now hurling bits of old banana and compost at them like a zoo monkey on drugs. But they continued to survive, do their daily games, and return to their nice beds in the evening. It impressed them how well they could handle the situation they'd put themselves in, how accurately they could apply the lessons they'd learned inside the corporate elite to the tasks of surviving in a city full of freaks and grotesques. He had hacked into what her family described as a voice output communication aid, the girl's one method of communication. At the age of 20, she hadn't been able to speak physically in 4 years, or now speak digitally in 3.5 months. He would type on his computer what she'd say, and like magic, her little voice box would say it for her. While they weren't suspicious, the family did seem worried about her new behaviour. She'd say things during dinner. "Sometimes, Mummy, I think I've stopped loving you." Or, "Have you heard about that place in Switzerland?" And then she'd go silent for days and days when he got too bored to type. It slowly became a full-time job to respond to everything that was said to her, and eventually, after a few years, he stopped altogether. Nervous beggar, Lego orifice, Vaseline lampshade, soap tower, tape gun fixer, CPR dummy, upside down ice rink, moonlight reflector, bath observer. Welcome, in all its fetid glory, to Cork Land.